This is our universe. Mathematically, geometrically, and practically. Here, every being is born with a unique phase as an oscillator. The phase indicates the coordinates and direction of the oscillator and the oscillation density. Our universe is a complex spherical world like this. Mathematically and practically, it is. A complex is a two-symmetric energy, i.e., plus-minus complex energy system. A complex is a real-world structure, not an abstract one. All oscillators that exist, regardless of their mass, are aligned as independent entities, with their own principles of symmetrical equilibrium on the complex sphere of the universe. Each point of this infinite geometrical complex sphere expresses the dignified individual coordinates of existence. These apparent coordinates speak of the apparent independence and autonomy of the oscillator of existence. Individual beings and the world meet on the complex sphere of the universe. Individuals and wholes, subjects and objects are independent beings that are the complex sphere's strict, precise, creative, and harmonious platform. As the universe is, according to the principle of gauge symmetry, so is all beings. They can each be expressed as physical, oscillational functions. The universe exists as a complex sphere according to geometric principles, and its real part is always aligned with r as z equals 1/2. According to this geometric necessity, the universe forms a world of perfect beings in the equilibrium of perfect complex symmetry. This complex, dual elements energy is the heart of the universe. We are now looking at the heart of the universe. The Riemann 1/2 principle shows the structure of geometrical gauge symmetry. It speaks of the principle of perpetual motion and equilibrium with the plus-minus complex dual elements energy of the cosmic system. Meanwhile, this complex spherical world shows us a surprising truth. This content is a comprehensive gift set story that suggests many things to us. 2. First of all, celestial bodies do not revolve. They rotate according to phase and oscillate linearly. The reason celestial bodies appear to move in orbits is due to the geometry of the complex sphere. The rotation and revolution that we know are simultaneous movements. Celestial bodies perform a round-trip linear motion based on the inertia of rotation. This is interpreted as revolution in the three-dimensional space. So the planets in our solar system do not revolve either. They make a large amplitude, linear back-and-forth motion, with rotation toward the Sun. This will be the Copernican revolution of the 21st century. Celestial bodies originally had no reason to revolve. Since the potential energy plus of space supports celestial bodies, there is no reason for them to gallop meaninglessly through space. 3. All of this is the truth that the newly discovered space potential energy tells us. This space position energy, which can be called plus gravity, is the elastic buoyancy of the universe that originally existed, with the same size as gravity. Space position energy plus is what keeps the huge celestial bodies floating in space. But why didn't we know this fact? First of all, the space potential energy was a scalar value of buoyancy energy without a clear directionality, and Newton's gravity theory has dominated our worldview for 340 years. However, there were limitations in cosmological calculations, and Einstein tried to explain this with his general theory of relativity, but it was insufficient. This was because he could not explain the nature of gravity. Here, the concepts of dark matter and dark energy were born. But, despite all our efforts, we could not figure out what it really was, and it was exactly what we could call plus gravity as space potential energy. Plus gravity is the space potential energy that is naturally obtained when mass is created in space. This can be interpreted as the position energy that mass has in space, or the elastic energy that is created by reaction from the gravitational energy created by mass. However, these gravitational forces and reactive elastic forces are the forces that everyone intuitively feels when getting on the bed. Here, we can find plus, minus, complex energy. This is the field of complex systems and natural dynamics that we encounter in the real world. But surprisingly, even our science has not been able to overcome the overwhelming power and authority of Newton's theory, which was born 340 years ago. This is the truth of the universe, and also the truth of us humans. Fortunately, plus gravity was not so far from our human perception. Through analysis of the patterns of natural circulation 3,000 years ago in ancient East Asia, they intuited the natural principle that the essence of the universe is energy, and this is composed of yin and yang to form all things in the universe. Western mathematicians and physicists also discovered complex numbers long ago, and have been using them to explain mathematical systems and physical phenomena in nature. Quantum theory cannot be established without them. In this way, we can see that modern quantum theory, ancient yin-yang theory, and the complex number system of mathematics are essentially connected. Oscillation reality and the evolution of the universe. In the research so far, we have confirmed that the geometrical principles of the complex number system are in perfect consistency with the physical principles of nature. Here, we realize that the universe is plus and minus complex energy, and that it has evolved based on the rigorous structure of geometry and the sophistication and richness of the complex number system of mathematics. We can confirm that the essence of the universe is energy, and that the substance of energy is oscillations. We can see that the substance of quantum is the oscillator. We can understand that oscillators, with their own dynamical principles, are self-organizing, based on the complex sphere system, and form a gauge symmetrical balance. Furthermore, we can see that these oscillators come together to form the universe through the same dynamical configuration. We can confirm that natural dynamics is a universal ontology that self-organizes based on the efficiency and stability of gauge symmetry based on the complex sphere, and the principle of conservation of energy and minimum action. Every being exists with a unique phase as a self-organizing oscillator. This phase is defined by its spatial coordinates, direction of propagation, and oscillation density. All this is understood as geometric necessity.